When I arrived at the college in April 2005, I realised there was something really quite special about the school. And it really stemmed from the mission statement, which is related to utilising education as a means of uniting peoples, nations and cultures for peace and a sustainable future. And that is really quite a compelling argument. It was thus relatively easy to focus people's energy on improving the quality of education that we were providing. Please don't get me wrong, I wouldn't suggest that we weren't providing the students with a great education at the time. I think we were. But what excited me about it was the potential was even greater.
Normally when you have two different beakers, one very thin and one very huge. And then
so whilst we had a vision for the future and we wanted to become a world leader in education because we felt what we were doing was so important, a number of changes came about because of opportunities that arose. And the key thing for us was seizing those opportunities.
In 2008, we had the opportunity to open up a second campus in Singapore. Julian was critical within that decision-making. Through the completion of the building, in terms of being sustainable, it's improved the image of our organization around the world. And it's interesting because we have as many tours coming through this campus and through this building looking at our learning as we do looking at the sustainable side of the building. As an educational organization, we've really demonstrated that we're modeling what we talk to our students in terms of sustainability through how we've acted and how we've designed our environment.
So what I think Julian has been able to do is move the school to a place where it can more clearly articulate the academic and educational program that we're trying to offer, and the fact that the program isn't just an academic one. In fact, the learning program is defined much more widely. Students over a very long period of time had an exceptional experience at the college, and so by defining the 5 elements, you can bring in other things which are actually fundamental. There's the outdoor education, there's the pastoral care, there's the activities, and there's the service. And the natural extension of this is the current project of the curriculum articulation.
When we talked about professional development for staff, we invest a lot of our resources in sending our current staff out around the world to learn from world leaders. And Julian had the vision and the innovative foresight really to say, well, if we're going to send our people out around the world to see the best in education, why don't we bring the best in education back into our school and just have wider exposure to more of our people.
So the college sees itself as an agent for change. It really does want to make education a force for peace and a sustainable future. And I think one of the fundamental things to allow that is that the college has to be viable, it has to be sustainable in the longer term. And Julian has had a fundamental effect on bringing about stability in a financial sense. One of the most exciting ways is the foundation. And the foundation is there purely to support the mission of the school, and it does that in a number of ways.
One of the key areas of focus of our fundraising has been the scholarship programme. And they're not scholars in the normal sense of the term, they're students who are selected because of their personality and character and their alignment with the UWC mission.
Ben made his funniest face for Penguin.
Julian's very much an understated leader, and I don't think he would ever describe himself as a visionary and might not even see himself as a visionary in education. But the reality is, he's the one who can make the quiet comment that shapes the conversation for the entire committee and eventually for the entire movement in terms of the way forward.
So this is just like a simulation, so technically like the club is like the leaders.
The college, of course, is an essentially humanitarian organisation, and I think what Julian does have is a certain sense of humanity. extremely interested in people, extremely interested in young people. And as you see him move around the college, as you see him interact with people, you can sense a warmth. And I think that is extremely important in a leader in an organisation.
Because I very much believe in the notion of it being a collective effort. If anything, I suppose I've acted as the catalyst, and the ideas have come from all around, and I've facilitated those ideas. I've always believed in the concept of leaving an organisation in a better state than when I arrived, and I would like to think that given the changes that we've instigated over the years, that'll be the case with UWCSEA.